Advertising on Instagram is an incredibly powerful way to extend your reach on that platform and beyond. I personally have used ads to earn millions of streams on Spotify as an independent artist, and my agency DuPree helps artists of every genre just about do the exact same thing. Now, this is a simplified version, but a basic marketing funnel has three distinct parts: awareness at the top, consideration in the middle, and then conversion or making a purchase at the bottom. We can use ads for all three of these sections. We can use ads to generate awareness about ourselves, our artistry, our music, our brand on Instagram itself. This can look like boosting posts. It can look like trying to get new followers. This top level is where I see almost every artist get stuck. They get so busy generating awareness that they forget to move people down the funnel. Now, we can also use ads on Instagram to actually sell stuff. So you can have a shop on Instagram. You can get people to buy from that shop. But music as a product is a very difficult thing to sell via social media ads. This type of advertising is best suited for like t-shirts and water bottles and just branded materials that are easy to get a visual understanding of based on a picture or a reel, and then click buy on the platform. Now, the problem with using ads to actually convert people to purchase on the platform is that we don't get all the customer data that we would get if we sent them off the platform into our own store. Where we really want to focus our attention if we're trying to use ads in the best possible way to grow as artists is in this center bucket of consideration. So let's put ads right here. You want to use your organic content to generate awareness about yourself, your music, and your brand. That is the most effective way to get people to learn about you. Now, once you get good at making effective organic content, then you can sort of push a little harder on that button of awareness using ads to boost posts that are already successful. If you can get people to come to you through organic content, then they are going to be more emotionally invested in you because of the manner that they discovered you. So we want to take that organic content and boosted content when we feel like that makes sense. We want to move it down the funnel into that consideration bucket. And when we get into that consideration bucket, that's when we start to actually build relationships with our audience. Now, there are lots of different ways that you can do this on Instagram itself by creating like a broadcast channel. So if somebody's more interested in what you're doing, they can go a little bit deeper with you while never leaving Instagram. And while this is really good for Instagram, this isn't great for us. Long term, what we really want to do is own access to our audience. The Instagram algorithm changes all the time. The YouTube algorithm changes all the time. The TikTok algorithm, every other algorithmically based platform, they change stuff, which means one day you might have access to your followers and the next day you might not. But if we can pull them off of the platform and into our own world, we have access to them forever. And the best way to do this is with their email address. Despite the size and scope of social media today, email still reigns supreme. In the United States of America, over 90% of the population uses email on a regular basis. Now, if you go across the pond to the UK, the number's slightly lower. It's about 85%. Now, I don't know what it is in every other country around the world, but in those two countries where here on YouTube, my audience is the biggest, it's over 80% for both. It's just a huge number of people are using email every day. For comparison, about half the population of the United States actually uses Instagram. So far more people are using email than they are using Instagram, which means email is the ticket to getting someone's attention. And once you have somebody's email address, you can generate awareness for free for new music, and you can market to them in that bottom section of the funnel of actually making a sale for free as well, without running paid ads to do either of those. So we stick email into that consideration bucket because what we want to do is we want to generate awareness, and then we want to use advertising to grab all of the people who have interacted with our content instead of letting them get lost into the abyss of Instagram. Because we all know that Instagram doesn't show every post to our followers. And we also know that Instagram can show our reel to a million different people, and then we have no way of accessing them if they don't choose to follow us. But with ads, you can. With Meta's ad platform, we can create multiple audiences based off of the engagement that we get on Instagram. So we can create an audience of people who follow us on Instagram. We can create an audience of people who have engaged with our content, engaged with specific content, sent us DMs. All these different things are possible. So we can make each of these audiences and never actually lose access to people who have even touched our content, if only for a moment, out in the sea of Instagram. We can grab all of them and then we can retarget them with an offer. And the best way to do this is to have some sort of a lead magnet. A lead magnet is basically something you are giving away for free in exchange for that person's email address. So as artists, as musicians, the number one thing that we're going to look at is giving away a song. Now, if we are artists and musicians with more than one revenue stream or an effort at more than one revenue stream, this can be something like giving away a free beat pack, giving away a free preset. For somebody like me who runs an agency and sells courses, it can be a free educational resource, a free planning resource. It can be all kinds of different things, whatever you can think of, as long as it is of value to the people who have been engaging with your content. If you can give them something of value for free and then get their email address in return, now you have pulled them into your world and you have direct access to them for as long as they choose to subscribe. You can offer them things via email that you might not have offered via social media or anywhere else. And then it's up to them whether or not they want to actually take action and make a purchase from you. And even if they don't, honestly, that's okay. You've earned their trust and you've got their attention for the long term. And lastly, the best part to me is that technically you don't have to sell anything. So the power of having an email list is that you can just send out updates, send out notifications about new music, new products, new whatever. You can just share things that you're thinking about. That's what I do. In my email list, the one thing, I share things that I'm thinking about or working on or that I believe will be helpful to my audience every single week. Now, whether somebody chooses to buy something from me or not kind of is irrelevant. I believe that the right people will decide they want to move down that funnel if and when they're ready. And if they never do, that's okay too. So instead of completely ignoring ads and writing them off as something that no good artist does, and instead of using ads to grow in countries you'll never see a day in your life, why don't we rethink about ads and take the power off of Instagram and all the other social media platforms and start building a network and a fan base and audience of people who are invested into you by giving them something that they find valuable in return for joining your network off of social media. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to go a little bit deeper with topics just like this, then I hope that you will join my newsletter, The One Thing. It's a short weekly email that I send out every single Tuesday with one idea that I'm thinking about or working on that I believe will help you on your journey to be a better artist, a better marketer, build a better business doing the thing that you love. Now, at the end here, if you want to check out something else from me, you can watch this playlist that I have on other Instagram strategies and things that I have explored over the years and will continue to add to. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.